Hi everyone, it's Jordan again, getting just a tiny bit wet as I'm out here taping this vlog for you today. It's been raining a lot here today, but I'm grateful it's not raining now. God has cleared the skies up so that I can be out here doing this vlog for you guys today. So, for today, I was reading today's You Can Count on God by Max Lucado devotional. And what I wanted to do was I wanted to read part of that to you and then kind of expand on it. And I'll explain why in a little bit. But if that's okay, that's what I was going to do with you guys today. So, for March 9th today, the title of it is Christ Calms the Storm. And the Bible verse that goes along is Psalm 107, verses 28 and 29. They cried out to the Lord in their trouble, and he brought them out of their distress. He stilled the storm to a whisper. The waves of the sea were hushed. Now, I'm going to read part of it. It says, God, there is no storm you can't calm. There is no trial that is too big for you. No obstacle you cannot overcome. You see all and know all. You are all powerful, even over the mightiest of storms. I love that. That's a beautiful reminder that God is way over all of our storms and controlling all of them, and he can calm them. But what I wanted to do is just kind of expand on that, because when I read something like that, I love it, and I'm not taking anything away from it. I want to make that clear. I agree with everything that he said. God is bigger than our storms. He's in control of them, and he can calm them with just a whisper. We know that. I think we've all seen God do miracles. We know that he can, but what I want to expand, and I'm actually going to use song lyrics, big surprise, to do that, is we also, I think, all know that he doesn't always choose to calm the storm. Not that he can't, just that he sometimes chooses not to. And I could get into a whole another vlog about that's where our faith comes in, and that's where trusting him comes in, is when we don't understand and we have to decide that his plan for our lives is better than ours, because he chose not to fix our storm the way that we saw it to be fixed. But that's probably for another day. What I wanted to do today is just talk about some lyrics by Scott Copain, and this song is Sometimes He Calms the Storm. So Max Lucado's title is Christ Calms the Storm. Scott Copain's is Sometimes He Calms the Storm, and the lyrics of it go, sometimes he calms the storm with a whisper, peace be still. He can settle any sea, but it doesn't mean he will. Sometimes he holds us close and lets the wind and waves go wild. Sometimes he calms the storm, and other times he calms his child. Let me repeat that last line, because that last line sums everything up. Sometimes he calms the storm, other times he calms his child. Isn't that beautiful? So, if you're sitting here and reading this, or hearing me read this, I should say, this beautiful devotional that I 100% agree with and 100% love, but you're thinking, man, he's not calming my storm. He hasn't calmed my storm for a long time, and I don't know what to do, and why isn't he? And I want to just say that to you, that if he's not calming your storm, we know he can with a whisper, but if he's choosing not to, because he has a different plan in mind than the one that you see, and because his will is different, and his fixing your storm, quote unquote, is not part of his plan, I want you to just take heart and know that he will calm his child. He will hold you close, and you can learn things through that. I'd say that you can learn more through that than anything, is when you have to choose and learn how to continue to trust and continue to have faith in his plan even with that. When your storm is not calmed and settled, and he will give you the strength. I was trying to think, what does that look like when God calms his child? And I think part of that is he just gives you the strength to keep putting one foot in front of the other. He just gives you the strength to keep facing each new day. And I know that we've probably all been there. I know I have, when I've just been like, you got to give me the strength to get through today and tomorrow and the next day, and he has. And there are times when you can even feel his peace, that peace that passes understanding. That's a way of him calming you as well. In the middle of those storms, look for those moments where he is calming you and he is pulling you closer to him, and You know, it can be, as you know, for me, it's always a song that comes on at the right time. It can be a Bible verse that just stands out to you in a new way. It can be that peace. It can just be God giving your heart some sort of encouragement. Or it can be, like I said, Him just giving you strength that you didn't think you had anymore. You know, you just being able to face another day that you didn't think you could face. Things like that, those are all Him calming you. So if your storm is not being calmed, it's not because He can't, He can. And it's not because He is not good, or it's not because He's not faithful, or He's forgotten about you. He sees you, He knows what you're going through, but He has a bigger and a better plan than we could ever have. And He doesn't just leave us floundering with that. I think that's where I'm going with this, is He doesn't just say, my plan is better, you'll figure it out eventually. No, He says, I know how hard this is. I get how hard this is. But I'm going to calm you because my plan does not involve things working out the way you want them to. So I'm going to calm you instead. And I'm going to be your rock and your fortress and your safe place and your father through the storm that I'm not calming. I'm going to calm you. Or He'll say, I'm going to calm the storm. I don't know which one it's going to be in your life. I've seen both. I think we've all seen both to a degree. But either way, God will have a plan, and God will comfort you, and God is always faithful. All right, I hope that encouraged you today. God is good all the time. Bye-bye.